All right. So teamwork is the key word in this process that we're dealing with. And it's often misunderstood. We have a variety of teams. You can say there's a CTS team, there's an outreach services team, there's an admin team, but there's also the library team as a whole. We all are dedicated to a single vision, the strategic plan, how it relates to our community, how we reach our users. That's all of our objective, okay? That's what we do when we come to work. But that's not just what teamwork is about. Teamwork involves using complementary skills. It involves cohesiveness. Communication is vital to what we do when we talk about teamwork. It's also important when you talk about teamwork to think about how your success relates to the success of others. That's often the piece that's missing. If you think about just a goal, an objective sitting out there that is unattached to anything other than if we have 500,000 additional circulations, we're successful. Okay, well that's a goal. That's something we can all work towards. But how you do it, what it means to achieve it, that's when you start talking about teamwork. Teamwork, the first quote I want to address can be taken out of context. It does divide the task, and it multiplies the success. But if you just think about teamwork as dividing the task, my piece is this, your piece is that. If you're successful and I'm successful, then we're successful. Well, to some degree that's true. But if you want to multiply the successes, I have to build off of yours. Okay? I have to trust that you're going to be successful, and I'm going to have to bring your information into my objectives so that I can be successful. So it's a necessity in teamwork to consider all of those things. And while it can be really easy, it can be very easy if everybody is willing and jumps on board and is dedicated to the objectives, it can seem like, you know, as simple as swinging on a swing set. But it can also be the most difficult thing in the world because it requires us to look inside and apply to ourselves what we see in others. That's where the responsibility of teamwork takes on a whole different tone, okay? You have a responsibility to yourself, you have a responsibility to others. In doing this, we can, as I was talking about at the top of the slide, we can build off of each other. When we do the work that's necessary to really be involved in what is teamwork, the individual strengths, the strengths of anybody in this room become resources for the collective. The organization benefits from what we all already know, but it takes a lot of work. It's not easy to bring it out, it's not easy to just turn the corner one day and say, yes, I believe in that. So, what words describe teamwork? Trust is a big issue in teamwork. We have to trust that we're going to be successful, we're going to have to trust each other, we've got to trust that the community needs us, we've got to trust a lot of different things in talking about teamwork. We've all got to participate. It doesn't work if one person sits in the corner, doesn't say anything, they keep their opinions to themselves, they're quiet about things. Teams aren't successful if participation doesn't happen. Flexibility in teamwork really requires mental flexibility. Can you look at it from another perspective? Can you see what the person sitting next to you is talking about? Can you change your mind? If you can, then we all are empowered. The team makes the whole group more powerful. But what is really, really vital to all of that is how we communicate. Communication is talked about all the time. And, you know, we have 24-hour cable news, you've got internet news. What does communication mean in this time of information overload? Well, in this context, communication means sitting down, recognizing what you're talking about, and being able to listen to what somebody else is talking about. This may be belaboring the point, but in that sense of teamwork, the individual roles are commitment, listening, contributing, and being prepared. In each one of these things, they relate back to our communication skills, our dedication to the team, and empowering the team. If we can't listen to each other and we can't feel comfortable contributing, we're not going to be able to really be committed to the team, okay? If we don't prepare ourselves, if we don't get ready for the work that we need to do, we're going to sit in a room and we're just going to be arguing over things that should have been already taken for granted. We should have been able to make some leaps. If we aren't prepared to take leaps, we're not going to be able to work as a team. So a lot of that is educating yourself. A lot of that is listening.